What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I am Wayno. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you like what it is that I do, make sure that you hit that sub button and run them likes up. Today, we talking about your favorite artist, Drake. Drake bugging. Drake bugging. Drake was overseas, and he brought out Skepta. But before he brought out Skepta, this is what he had to say regarding London artists or London lyricists.
When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words. I don't care what nobody says, nobody can out-rap London. Nobody. No disrespect to America, no disrespect to my country, but nobody can out-rap London rappers. This is the best, highest level. This is what I aspire to be.
All right, I'm gonna take into account that while Drake was on stage, he told somebody to give him a shot. Maybe he had a couple of shots before he said this, and maybe he had a couple of shots while he was on stage. Because I can't understand this for the life of me. Now look, there are gonna be people that say, Wayno, you just hating. This is news. We're gonna talk about the news here. Nori recently said that Drake told him one time he wore camo because of CNN's The War Report. So we talking about influence. But that influence wouldn't have came without lyricism. And while Nori, I don't hold Nori at the highest standard for lyricism, right? Nori was rapping in the 90s when he made that album, The War Report, with him and Capone and Noriega. But the thing about Drake saying something like this, there's two things. On one account, is it that deep? Not really. I mean, he's not even from America his damn self. So how much weight could that hold? On two is, did he say it just because he was in a moment and ran out of things to say or didn't know what to say at the moment? Possibly. But let's go back to Drake's top 5 that he said in 2020. And it states, Lil Wayne, who's from Louisiana, last time I checked, that was in States, New Orleans, Louisiana. Facts, I mean, Holly Grove, yeah. All right, Jay-Z, last time I checked, Jay from Marcy Projects, Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn, that's where Jay from, right? All right, bet. Biggie, another Brooklyn representative, Best Stop. Yeah, Biggie, Brooklyn. All right, bet. Andre 3000, Atlanta. Is he from the West Side? I don't know if he's from the West Side, but I know Atlanta in America too, right? Like, I know I'm not missing something. I'm off for something, y'all? Am I off? Am I tripping? Because I could have sworn all these people, and then he says Young Tony, OVO Hush. I mean, I don't know how serious he was when he said that, but I know that he ain't from London. But let's just get back to him saying this and why he's bugging. Now, while he's overseas, I think so many people was fake calling for a ceasefire when it comes to all of this Kendrick Drake conversations online. Everybody wants this ceasefire, but it's not never going to end. I mean, as big as Ja Rule was at the time when he got into it with 50, and 50 just kind of overpowered that, I think if they would have had the internet, it would have been just as much of a back and forth on the internet as it was in person, right? But the reason why this is not going to end, and never will, is because things like this.
I can't tell. 3 different vibes. You name another artist that can do it and bring him up here. We can clash right now. Anybody? That's what I'm here for.
Nobody, only Drake.
I'm here for y'all tonight. Matter of fact, you know what?
It's non-existent.
Just
Hey man, sometimes you gotta slurp. I need that chain. Yeah. Yes. Fuck Kendrick! Fuck Kendrick! Fuck Kendrick!
You know what? Chubbs, grab me a shot. I'll drink to that. Grab me a shot.
Now, right, you see them saying, F Kendrick, F Kendrick, F Kendrick, and he says, I drink to that. What Did I Miss just dropped, 2 weeks ago? Decent song, like, yeah, decent song. I'm not gonna shit on the song. Like, if I like a song, I'm gonna let you know. because nobody remembers the fact that I made a whole episode talking about how I like Nokia, and how dope I thought the video was. But then it's just like, then the people was just like, love Kendrick, tell me that, oh, I'm just glazing, and that he stole the video concepts and the shots from Kendrick and all that. All right, whatever. But what did I miss? What did I miss? He goes into people turning on him from the pop out, and wasn't he doing favors for all of y'all, and wasn't he doing this, that, and the third? But I want to take it back to Whacked Out Murals, because Kendrick says something in Whacked Out Murals that I don't know if Drake be knowing, because maybe he don't listen to nothing that Kendrick say at all. I mean, maybe he listens to it and is out of sight, out of mind, but every time he do something, it kind of play into the fact that Kendrick is like walking down a prophecy. Whether he knows it or not, he makes it look like Kendrick is a fucking genius. Like, whether he knows it or not, I don't even know if he knows, but every time he do something like related to Kendrick or acts a certain way, you know, being compromised, spiraling, and all of that other stuff, it just goes into the bars. It goes into the bars. And let's listen to what Kendrick had to say, though, on Whacked Out Murals.
Yesterday, somebody whacked out my mural. That energy'll make you niggas move to Europe. But it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. All this talk is bitch made, that's on my lord.
That type of energy will make you move to Europe. So it's like, yo, go back to Not Like Us, the last verse, you know what I'm saying? You're not a colleague, you a colonizer. Uses the whole Atlanta scene against him, which, I mean, the Atlanta scene rocks with him regardless, you know what I'm saying? But uses the whole Atlanta scene against him. And then he says on Whacked Out Murals, that kind of energy and make y'all move to Europe or whatever. And then that just gets used against him. Yo, bro, lead with more music, man. I mean, listen, he did the stream. He played a couple of records on the stream. One of the records, it sounded a little bit strong, you know what I'm saying? And we got to wait to hear it. But let's get back to him saying what he said about the UK. Love for y'all. Much love for y'all. I think culturally, where we get frustrated, right? Where people want their credit, because everybody wants their credit for this, that, whatever the case may be, right? Everybody wants their credit. We did. All right, hip hop started in the Bronx. We're not going to skip over that, none of that, right? There's a lot of people that respect that hip hop started in the Bronx. So anybody, whether you in Houston, Texas, whether you in Memphis, whether you in Jersey, whether you Connecticut, whether you in Alaska, wherever you at, hip hop comes from a certain set place. Does that mean that you have to do everything that them people do? Nah, you got your own spin on it, right? But it derives and comes from a set place. Now, top 5, okay, I get it. Bro ran out of things to say. He just was like, I just can't jack that though. Like, you said that nobody raps better than them. My UK people, because I got a few of y'all that watch this channel. There's a few of y'all, because y'all let me know when I did the Skepta Joyner video, right? When we did that episode. Y'all let me know how y'all felt. Y'all tell me who fucking with Biggie. Who effing with Biggie, man? Who effing with Biggie? Don't worry, I'll wait. Y'all tell me who messing with Jay. Rapping wise. Just rapping wise. You know, because nowadays in rap, we start talking about first week sales and Hot 100 entries and Billboard and #1 albums and all that. Leave all that on the floor. Leave all that over there. Who messing with Andre 3000 from over there? Rapping wise, just rapping wise. And let's talk about their peaks. Let's talk about everybody's peak, everybody's highest moment. I mean, Biggie, he only got a chance to put out 2 albums, but still. Give me whoever from the UK got an album comparable to Ready to Die. And I hate the fact that we get into this conversation now, because it creates like an uncomfortable atmosphere for us all, because some people might take it as, now, Wayno, you trying to ish on us, you trying to make us look bad. No, that's not the case. I'm not doing that at all, because like I said, I love a lot of the stuff that the UK has done, and I think that the lines get blurred when we start having those conversations. Like the Nike Tech thing was a lot for us, right? It's like Central C says, yeah, we seeing how y'all wear the Nike Tech and the mask and all that. And then last I checked, they coined the mask, the Pooh Shiesty. I know y'all possibly might have been wearing it at one said point in time due to sports, but we're talking about what the influence was. I mean, start talking about Jordans, right? It's like I remember I brought that up as a like an influential conversation. And it's like Jordans is like, yo, bro, Jordans is an international thing, but the aesthetic and all of that, wearing basketball sneakers with fashion on an everyday thing, even when it come to tracksuits, man, there's pictures you could go to in the 80s, you know what I mean, of people wearing tracksuits in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Run DMC, all of that. We not here to argue with y'all. Like I said, I actually love the fact that there's black people over there that's just as passionate and argumentative as us. I love that shit because it shows me that we all the same. But we just talking about rap. We just talking about rap. And much respect to all of the ones that put on for the UK scene, from the Skeptas to the Kanos to the Dizzy Rascals to the Daves, you know what I mean? I personally love my guy Poser. That's one of my favorite artists from the UK. Nems and Poser, that's one of my two. Central C too. I like Central C as well. You know what I mean? I think he's very dope, regardless to how everybody, oh, he used to look like this and used to wear a nose ring and all. I still like the nigga. Like he cool. Like, you know what I mean? I like his music. But I'm just saying, when somebody says the best lyricist in the world, this is what I aspire to be. And then you say, well, bro, didn't you say, but what about Wayne? What about Jay? What about Big? What about Dre? And I think you would have put Kanye in there, even though Kanye don't write a lot of his stuff. But I think as artists, even Drake is not going to say it. He would still say, like, Kanye is, like, one of his favorite artists coming up during his time before he became as big as Kanye or bigger, right? But it's just, bro, just saying certain things, man. Niggas got to be careful, man. You got to be careful when you say certain things because you start evoking emotion. And we start evoking emotion, and you start getting niggas upset, and niggas want to argue. It ain't gonna go past that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all fun, man. I do everything I do on this channel to create playful and fun banter when it comes to music and life. That's why I do this, because I used to do this same thing in the barbershop on the block before I was on Everyday Struggle. This is the same arguments I used to argue all day. I get my hair cut sitting there for 2 hours after because I want to argue about Kobe and Braun or Mike and AI and D Wade, and I just sit there and argue about stuff. But when the top rapper who's looked at as the top rapper starts saying stuff like that, you start saying, bro, so because you're not friends with none of them no more, they just the best. You couldn't have brought him out there just by saying, yo, Skepta, my brother. Like, come on, man. Come on. Drake know he ain't right with that. He know he ain't right with that. And I wonder, that does make me think, though, like, what even is his relationship with Hove? Does he view Hove as like an anti-Drake or something? Like saying like the Antichrist, but an anti-Drake person or something just because Kendrick got on with the Super Bowl and all that. I mean, listen, conspiracy theories are never gonna run dry when it comes to this whole situation. I personally believe that while all of this is going on both of their sides, because while Drake is over in London doing Wireless, Kendrick is in Amsterdam, I believe, on the GNX tour with SZA. I believe that it's so many things happening behind the scenes that neither one of them are really saying, and that's the reason why they keep poking fun at one another. And, I mean, performing diss records has always been hip-hop. KRS-One performed The Bridge Is Over. That was his single where he dissed the whole Queensbridge. You know what I'm saying? Nas performed Ether. Jay performed Takeover for, the first time. He used the beat when he was on Rock the Mic tour, but he never performed the record. But, diss records have always been a part of history. Even Drake, he's performed his diss records before. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Because I think that this nigga is massively bugging, for real. Like, and I want to know from my UK viewers. Y'all let me know what y'all really feel and think about this, because I cannot understand for the life of me why he would say that. Y'all tell me. Do y'all think that he's accurate with saying that the best lyricist or the best version of lyricism is from the UK? Even if you're from the UK. Because listen, of course you're going to big up and you're going to salute whatever you grew up on. Everybody has bias to where they from. Let's not skip over that. Everybody. I have Harlem bias because I was born in the Bronx, and I got New York bias because I was born in the Bronx, but so do people from LA. You know what I'm saying? They got Cali bias. They think they the toughest, they the realest, they the best musically, lyrically, all of that. Toronto, of course, y'all got Drake, so y'all think that the bar has been set so high by him that nobody's ever gonna dethrone or take that down, because he ushered in, 50 really ushered in the whole sales conversation when it came to music. but he really put it on another level. You know what I mean? Them first week numbers, who's number one, all of that. But everybody, you know, the Midwest, listen, don't get to talking about Detroit, because Detroit start talking, man, they start talking about Blade Icewood and all them brothers from out there, man, they think they the best as well. But y'all let me know who y'all think is the best. There's the states, which I believe, yes, we have the best lyricists. Everybody has either mimicked or aspired to be artists from over here, whether it's aesthetically, lyrically, you know what I'm saying, visuals, all of that stuff. Or y'all think that hip hop just should have been from London? Y'all let me know. If you rock with me, or for the ones that rock with me, know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I am Wayno. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.